We hear a lot of talk nowadays about regulating your nervous system, right? When I first heard about this, I was like, what the hell does that even mean? So, today I'm going to give you guys a science lesson so that you can understand what it means to be in fight or flight and how often you actually are in fight or flight, because this is going to be the main source of why you're not healing, why you can't move forward with any of your goals, with any of your aspirations, your manifestations. This is why. So, here we go. So, the autonomic nervous system is a branch of your nervous system that contains two separate parts. First, we have the sympathetic response, which is the fight or flight or freeze. And the second part is parasympathetic, which promotes rest, digest, and repair. Note that these two cannot be active at the same time. Only one can be active at once. Your sympathetic turns on when your mind perceives a threat or some excitement. And your parasympathetic turns on when your mind perceives safety. It's important to note here that it is about what the mind perceives, right? Because sometimes we do things that aren't necessarily safe for us, but we've attached or associated a feeling of safety with that thing. Like, for example, smoking. Even though we know that smoking cigarettes is very harmful to your health, a lot of people associate a feeling of relief or safety when they have a cigarette. Okay, so it's important to note those two things. So your sympathetic nervous system is innervated in many of your muscles, your digestive organs, like pretty much everywhere in your body, right? So your body, your whole body has a response when either of these are turned on at once. So you may have noticed that when you get stressed out, these things happen to you. Your heart rate increases and your breathing increases. Your digestion stops or slows, meaning it could manifest as nausea or diarrhea or soft stools. Your blood rushes to your muscles, which is why your digestion stops. Your body attempts to empty your bladder or bowels. And I don't know about you guys, but when I used to get stressed out, I used to get an upset tummy. Your body tends to use strength or force to think instead of logic. Healing, any kind of healing, is turned off in your body so that you can focus on escaping. Perspiration, reproduction is on the back burner. I have a heavy belief that people who are very stressed out about reproducing, about getting pregnant, is because they are so stressed out trying to get this one result that it's actually causing them to not get pregnant. I mean, how many people do you know that when they stop trying to get pregnant, they get pregnant, right? Okay, so you can start seeing some parallels here. So, what happens when the parasympathetic is turned on, right? The exact opposite. Let's go over those. So, with our parasympathetic nervous system, we have a regulated heart rate and respirations. Your digestion is regulated, and also your body is actually promoting nutrient absorption properly. Your blood is adequately distributed in your body. You're using logic to think instead of force or strength. Healing is on, meaning cells are turning over and you're properly creating an adequate amount of collagen in your body. Your mind and body work consist cohesively to reproduce and function at the highest capacity. So we think that stress is a normal part of life, but actually we need to be in parasympathetic mode about 99% of the time, and sympathetic maybe 1 or 2%, right? But in the life that we live today, sympathetic nervous system is something that we've just adapted to living in every single day. And we think it's normal to have gut issues. We think it's normal to be sick all the time. We think it's normal to not be able to get pregnant. Like, there's all of these things that have been normalized because we live in a society where stress is just a thing all the time. And it makes total sense that, yes, there are stressors in life that you have to deal with, but we haven't been taught how to deal with those things. We're taught to force down our emotions and just get up and get over it and not deal with any of the things that have traumatized us or made us think certain ways about ourselves. So maybe take some time today to count how many times you notice that you are getting stressed out, whether that's physically or mentally, because you may notice that you're way more stressed out than you actually think you are, because that is just such a practice habit in your body.